Hello, I'm Mr. Casey, and today we are studying again Unit 7, More Than a Game, a story about an athlete named Roberto Clemente, and we will be reading to understand opinions and context. Let's get started. So today's lesson, we will build background on a topic before reading for better understanding. We will explore reasons for opinions by learning to justify. And yes, we will explain that word later. And then we will practice better reading, writing, and understanding using the skills we've practiced over the last several lessons. Context clues, chronological order or sequence of events in a story, and looking for opinions or purpose of writing. Let's get started. So, building background before we read. Before we read, we want to understand what we're reading about and what is the purpose of the writing. So, we've been talking about athletes who made history. People do amazing things every day in sports. But some athletes change the sport forever. Learn about athletes who did what nobody said they could do. Okay? So, last time we talked about Jackie Robinson and how he changed baseball and America forever. Okay? So I want you to write about an athlete who's plays sports today who you think is a hero. What makes this person a hero? Is it his or her talent, or is it something else? Okay? So pause the video for 5 minutes and write about an athlete today who is a hero and what makes them a hero. Okay, here's an example that I came up with of someone who I think is a hero. I called this Vietnamese Tiger. For the past 3 years, no athlete has captured the hearts and minds of a country quite like Nguyen Quang Hai of Vietnam's national football team. His hard work, leadership, and confidence under pressure reflect the ideals and values of modern Vietnam and its drive to become a leader on the world stage. Okay, I talked about the athlete and what he did, and you see some pictures here, okay? But also how his work as a football player connects to our work as Vietnamese trying to grow the country of Vietnam together. So he is like us. Now, why do I feel that way? Did I justify my ideas? I told you we would look at this word first. What do we mean when we use the word justify? Here's a definition. Justify is a verb to show something to be right, reasonable, or acceptable. So when I made my opinion about the Vietnamese tiger, did I justify my opinion? Did I show that I was right or that it was acceptable? So when we explore reasons, we need to justify. Not just give an opinion, but give reasons why to justify. So here's an example. Does playing a team sport build friendships and teach teamwork? Not everyone thinks the same way about it. People may take different sides for different reasons on an issue. Someone may say that playing a team sport is better than playing an individual sport. Okay? Someone else may have a different view. What is your view, and can you justify it? So here's a chart. Okay, so your opinion or position, and then justifications or reasons. So I want you to write down what you think about team sports or individual sports. Which one do you think is more important? And then justify your idea. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, here's my idea. In my opinion, individual sports are more important. Why would I say that? Can I justify my idea? Well, players of individual sports learn to focus the mind, and that is a unique skill, a very special skill. They must also learn concentration and attention to detail, which is important to future jobs. So my opinion is different than the book's opinion. So here's a question for you. What 3 things have we studied are necessary to make a good opinion? Well, first, you have to have an opinion. I said individual sports are more important. Very clear. Reasons or justifications to show why we are right or acceptable. Did I give justifications for my idea? Yes. Do you agree? Maybe yes, maybe no. That's okay. And number 3, use complete sentences for better understanding of your ideas. How do we justify our ideas? Well, we state an opinion idea, we give logical reasons for the idea, and then we combine the ideas to make the logic or the idea clear. Okay? Now, here's an example using compound sentences. We use compound sentences to help justify a position on an issue. When you use conjunctions to point out similar ideas, show a contrast, or offer a choice, you clarify your position. Okay? Here's an example, a simple sentence. People can learn a lot about themselves through sports. They can also learn about others. That's okay. This is using compound sentence. People can learn a lot about themselves through sports, and they can also learn about others. Okay? This is more clear and more understandable. Here's a task for you. Write a compound sentence, so use and, but, or to connect ideas in 2 independent clauses and justify your opinion on what is the best food in the world. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, here's my opinion. Hamburgers are not only delicious, but they are also full of protein and vegetables when made with care and love. Now, what's my opinion? My opinion is that hamburgers are delicious and they're the best food in the world. Did I justify my opinion? Sure I did. Do you have to agree? No, maybe your idea was completely different. Okay, again, before we prepare to read, we always want to check the key vocabulary. This is page 506 in your book. So, let's start here. This one is celebrate. Your turn. Celebrate. Good. Okay, to celebrate means to do something fun because of an important event. Here you see a birthday party. The next one is credit. Credit. This is a noun. Okay, something, its credit is you are noticed for something you have done well. You want credit from your parents for a good grade. Okay, it's like saying good job. Next one is honor. Honor. An honor is a symbol of high praise from others. It is an honor to be given an award. The next one is introduce. Introduce. So to introduce means to present someone by name. You may introduce one friend to another. Or I introduce myself to you when I start the video by saying, hi, my name is Mr. Casey. That's me introducing myself to you. Next one, invitation. Invitation. You see a picture of one here. An invitation is a request for you to do something. Here's an example of a wedding invitation. Okay. The next one is mighty. Mighty. This is an adjective. To be mighty means to be powerful and strong, like a crocodile. Okay. And we have 2 more. Respect. Respect. When you have respect for someone, you have a good opinion of that person. You show respect by being polite. And next one, spirit. Spirit. Your spirit is the kind of person that you are. Everyone likes my brother for his fun-loving spirit. Okay, let's move on to our story today. This is a biography about a baseball player called Roberto Clemente. We're on page 508 and 509 in your book. So, what is a biography? Well, a biography is narrative nonfiction, meaning it's real, about a real person's life. Biography is about a person. The author writes about events in one person's life using chronological or time-ordered, as we've studied. Biographies can be both entertaining and informative. Reading the text and hearing the text read aloud may also help you better understand the meaning of events. You can use this information to make inferences about the person's life that the author does not directly explain. Here's an example from the text. Okay, so if we read this, little part of the text, what does it tell us? What words do we have in there that give us clues about the meaning? Okay, what is the author inferring? Well, we have strong action words to make it entertaining. Leaping, diving, crashing, rolling. Okay? And we also have this word, slammed. By noticing the way the word slammed is written, you can infer that Roberto made a strong effort. Okay? So look at the text, and this gives us clues as to what the author is trying to describe in a biography about the person. Okay, page 510 and 511. So we're going to start. What is our purpose for writing? We're going to find out what happened when Roberto Clemente joined the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this is page 510 and 511. And here are two questions for you. Pause the video, read the text, and answer the two questions. Here we go. Question number 1. Why was it such an honor for Roberto to play in America? Well, there's some clues in the text. He was moving to the best league in the world and the richest country in the world to play a game. That's an honor. Now, what are 3 reasons why this experience was so strange for him? This was something very strange. We have clues in the text. 1, he was on a losing team for the first time in his life. Number 2, he saw factory smokestacks instead of palm trees. And instead of Spanish, he heard English. So this is a strange experience, but a great honor for him. Next page, page 512. Here's 2 more questions. Read the text and answer the 2 questions. So the author of this biography uses a lot of very descriptive language and strong adjectives to describe Roberto Clemente and his play, so we understand him. Okay, so what are the ones he uses here? A jolt of electricity, towering home runs. He had no equal. No one could play like him. He slammed into the right field wall, playing his heart out. We talked about descriptive language last time. Did he really play until his heart came out? No. When we say that, we mean that we play with all of our heart. We put all of our effort into the game. Okay, question number 2. What does all of this descriptive language tell us about his play? What is the opinion of kids who watched him play? Well, he had style and he was cool. All kids wanted to play the game like Roberto Clemente. Okay, here's page 513. Read this page and answer the 2 questions on your screen. Number 1, what is your opinion on why the fans didn't notice or respect Roberto after they won the World Series? They're now the champions of the world, but no one notices him. Why is that? Well, in the text it talks about how different he is. He was an American, and he didn't play like everyone else, and he spoke Spanish. Sometimes we don't like people who are different because we don't understand them. And that's how he felt. Now, how did the opinion of other people change Roberto? Well, we look down here and we say he wanted to become the greatest baseball player of all time to get the respect that he deserved. Here's page 514. Read the text and answer these 2 questions on the screen. Question number 1, what is Roberto's viewpoint? How did he feel about why the American baseball reporters didn't respect him? Well, we can see it here. It's because I'm black, isn't it? It's because he was black and he was proud of being from Puerto Rico. So the Americans did not respect him. Okay, now, we've talked about sequence or chronological order many times. So list in sequence 4 important things that have happened in this biography so far. Well, Roberto joined the major leagues in America. We saw that on the first page. He led the Pirates to the World Series title in his first season playing. He was disrespected by the American reporters, and he worked harder to be the best player in baseball. Okay, here's page 514, and here are two more questions. So pause the video and answer these two questions. Question number 1, what did Roberto Clemente do to finally win respect from everyone? Okay, there's a sequence to the events here that the author uses in the biography. Number 1, everyone was watching the Pirates play in the World Series against a team who were favored to win. They were not supposed to beat the Baltimore Orioles. They were favored to win. He put on a one-man show. Okay? That's figurative language. Does that really mean he played alone? No, there were 10 other players on the field, but he played better than anyone. Okay? And he walloped his 3,000th hit in major leagues. So this is why he finally got respect. So what is your opinion on why Clemente finally got the respect he deserved? What do you think? Here's what I said. He played with fire, he played with style, and he played with cool that fans had never seen before. Okay, here's page 516, the last page about the story. So, why is the author's opinion that the death of Roberto Clemente was not the end of his story? So read page 516 and answer this question. Okay, what is the author's opinion? Why does he say that the death of Roberto Clemente was not the end of the story? He says right here, the story doesn't end here. Why does he say that? He says his spirit lived on in the hearts of others, right here. His spirit lives on in the hearts of all he touched. And Roberto Clemente touched many people, both in Puerto Rico and in America and in the world of baseball. Okay, so what is the evidence the author gives for how his spirit lives on? Here it says Roberto's spirit is still growing. So do we have evidence in this text about how the spirit of Roberto Clemente lives on? Why are we telling you this story today? Here's the answer. Latino baseball players flooded into the major leagues. That's still true today. He started many charities for the poor in Puerto Rico. Those charities are still alive today, and they still help poor people in Puerto Rico in the name of Roberto Clemente. And people who saw him play still tell stories about him. Grandparents tell stories to their grandchildren, and those children will still tell stories to their children, okay, of how he used to sparkle, running, diving, firing game-saving throws, smack right into the catcher's glove. Strong descriptive language, so we understand his influence on other people. Okay, this is the end of the biography. So here's your homework. Last time we read about Jackie Robinson, who was the first African-American player in the major leagues. Today we read about Roberto Clemente, who was from Puerto Rico. Write your opinion on how they changed baseball and America, and why are they so important to American culture. Remember, these stories both connected baseball and American culture, and both of them changed America in different ways. So write your opinion on how they did that. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.